Singing doesn't need to be this sort of foreign skill. When does that moment come where people feel like they can't sing anymore?
Wright, we're really happy to have you here at America Media. You are a liturgical musician here in Rome with the Sistine Chapel Choir. Can you tell us a little about your new CD?
The new CD is called O Emmanuel. It's a project with myself, the Notre Dame Children's Choir, and a new music group based out of Chicago called Fifth House Ensemble. Yeah, I think the number one thing really is figuring out a way to involve children from a young age. What you end up getting is not just children who can sing. They understand what's happening liturgically, and you give them this responsibility of being leaders for the liturgy, which they're going to take with them for the rest of their lives. In a broader sense, what I really want to be able to do is help create a movement that prioritizes world-class sacred music in the American church. When I was approaching the text, it's kind of like Lectio Divina in a way. So there's a sense where I need to embody the texts in all of their essence before I can even think about writing music to them. And so there's a whole process of looking for texts first, which takes several weeks. But then once I decided on the O antiphons, I literally sat there and read them like hundreds of times.
So I mean, it is like Lectio, because something grabs you. You know, the one, you ask people to sort of read through a passage of scripture, one thing will grab them. So you're inspired that way, and then God inspires you in the other way.
It's sort of like a Shakespearean method in a way. You kind of I remember walking around and I'm reading this text in all different ways, all different pitches, all different tempos, in Latin and English, and it was almost like hitting a tuning fork. I'm looking for the spot where the text resonates inside of me in a new way. And all of a sudden I started hearing this tambourine in the background of my imagination. I'm like, this is going to be a classical piece. But I kind of went with it, and I'm still reading the text and I'm getting real intense about it. And then I hear the kids sing this melody, which is the melody for the song. And at that point, I was like, okay, I have to use this.
Well, Wright, one of the brightest young liturgical musicians in the Catholic Church, I'm really happy that you joined us. I look forward to listening and maybe singing your music in the future. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Jim.